Hello everyone, Mike Arend here, founder of Infinite Success Academy and the author of the books, You're the One. I'm here in my hometown of Kingston, Ontario. Yes, we live part-time in Panama, but we do come back to Canada and visit as well. And I thought it was a beautiful sunny day today that I might give you a little tour of downtown Kingston. Right behind me is the Prince George Hotel. And if you didn't know, Kingston is the home of Don Cherry, it's the home of Doug Gilmour, it's the home of Kirk Muller, it's the home of Scott Arniel. Many NHL hockey stars and coaches have come from this small town. Well, it's not so small anymore. It's well over 100,000 people. When I was born here in 1962, it was about probably 50,000, so half the size, and it's grown a lot. So why don't we just stroll around here and I'll show you a little bit about the park, Centennial Park here. I'll try to keep the sun on me so that I'm in better light. I also may take my glasses off. Maybe you can see my eyes better, because they're transition glasses, so they will darken when I'm looking into the sun. There. So now you may be able to see my eyes a little bit. I'll raise the brim. Right in behind me is, of course, a sign that is popular in many places. And over here we have the Spirit of St. John A train. Let's go down and I'll give you a little closer look. Sir John A. Macdonald was the first Prime Minister of Kingston. And Kingston used to be the capital of Canada way back when. But then the war with the Americans came along and we had to move it upriver to Ottawa to keep it safe. So here is the Spirit of Sir John A. train in behind me. It's been renovated many times over the years, but we'll go back up and give you a peek of City Hall. It's usually really busy in tourist season, summer. We're in about mid-September now. I don't know if you just saw that, but I'm sure you heard it. That's the Snowbirds, the Canadian National Aerobatic Team, and they just flew over our heads. Isn't that awesome? Talk about timing. So, let's continue our walk. This is one of the old train stations, original downtown train station. And we're coming up on Centennial Park. You can get boat cruises up to Thousand Islands. Fort Henry is just over the way. Here we go again, guys. Awesome. I hope I got that for you. That is awesome. Here is the City Hall behind me, and the doors in the middle under the dome, it was open and they would drive carts through it because there's the market on the other side. So this is quite a historic town, with the Kingston Whig Standard being the oldest daily newspaper in the country. However, it's not very big anymore. It's mainly online, as most newspapers are. So right in behind me is the City Hall. And those under those through those doors, they were open, and they'd drive their carts and wagons through to the market in behind way back when. So we'll head down here to the park in Marina. Maybe we'll get another shot of the snowbirds coming over. That's awesome. Beautiful. I don't get much of a chance to show off my hometown because of the time we spend traveling to Panama, to Europe, other places. But we happen to be back here now for a month, and I'm enjoying the nice warm weather, the sunny days. Now you might lose me a little bit darker, but here's the fountain in behind me that I used to. Oh, let's see if we can get the planes again, guys. Here we are. So in this fountain in behind me, I used to run in there and try to collect the pennies in the bottom. It's not very deep, but you know, when I was a young boy, it was up to my knees anyway. So downtown here in Kingston along the waterfront, it's a very beautiful area, and it's being built up more and more with hotels and that sort of thing. I'll take you down towards the Marina and give you a shot of some of the boats that you can take for a trip. Compete with the jet engines. So here is a downtown Kingston Marina, and I'm going to give you a shot of the Island Queen. Is right over here, leaving harbor now. Just over my shoulder, you can see the Island Queen leaving harbor for a tour up the St. Lawrence and across the Kingston waterfront. This is the marina in behind. Now I can see what I'm filming. Unfortunately, with my glasses off, I can't see the screen, front screen of the action cam. And here is the Island Star. We've been out on this one, my wife and I, a number of times. And it is awesome. The Island Star in behind us is a beautiful glass-covered boat with dancing and dinner and a beautiful 3-hour cruise up the St. Lawrence, which is excellent what you can do here. Once again, the marina in behind. Waterfront hotels in the distance. Now, can see behind me is one of the many towers that are part of the Fort Henry installation. And they're called Marina towers, and there are roofs that open up, and there's cannons in there. So they were actually used for self-protection during the war, or impending war, with the Americans back in 1812. Here we go. There's the Island Star taking off. Well, you were so lucky to be treated with the snowbirds coming along, Canada's national aerobatic team. I had no idea they were going to be here today, so it was perfect timing. Perfect timing. So we'll wander down here a little ways and give you another view of the marina and the waterfront here in Kingston. So here we are from a different viewpoint of the marina, and I was born and raised here in Kingston, born in 1962, just down the road at Kingston General Hospital, and here come the jets. As I was saying, I was just born down the road here at Kingston General Hospital, probably about a kilometer down the road in 1962. I attended high school and college and grade school here, and joined the military from here. I was in the Navy, Canadian Navy, for many years, and was a Marine engineer and stationary engineer, and got out to civilian street and applied my trade there. I had mentioned that I was born in Kingston General Hospital. Just those buildings in behind were not even a kilometer from where we were at City Hall. So that's where I was born, and I wanted to show you another one of these fortification buildings. And this one, you can actually pay to get in, and you will see the cannon that's in the top. They don't open the roof anymore because I don't think it works any longer. But each one of these, I wanted to give you a quick close-up of this. Each one of these fortifications, you can see underneath here is a moat, and over there is a little bridge they built to get across to get in. And the roof of these things would open up like a clamshell, and there's a huge cannon in there. And I can't remember the exact count of how many of these fortifications were built in and around Kingston. It's got to be half a dozen anyway, 6 to 8. All limestone, solid limestone. And you can see the fortification here and the moat. The wall goes all the way around, of course, to keep people out, with little peek holes that they could fire from. Fort Henry is an awesome place to go. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it's here in Kingston, and you can come and see these as well. And they have the old guard still. Every year they dress up as the old guard and fire the cannons off and do demonstrations and show you what life was like in the early 1800s, when Kingston was the capital of Canada and it needed to be protected from American invasion at the time of the War of 1812. So it never came, actually. The invasion never came, and they had moved the capital of Canada up to Ottawa, up the Rideau River all the way to Ottawa, which is about a 2-hour drive, so it would be much longer by boat, so that the Americans couldn't capture the capital of Canada. So I just thought I'd bring you this quick little vignette of these beautiful, structurally sound towers that were never used but were intended to destroy enemy ships. I'm on the other side of the City Hall now, so I wanted to give you that perspective, and I said that there was the main door that was all open and the carts and horses would drive through to the market square. So this is the market square in behind me nowadays, of course, with vehicles on it. The market is not on. There's a few vehicles here, but it's not market day today. And I'll spin you around, and there's that door in behind me. And that's where the horses and carts would come out. The farmers would bring their wares and sell them to the public. And that was the Kingston marketplace. It was a busy place, and it still is at times. So I'll get back in the sunlight, and I'm sure that looks a little bit better. And we'll walk along through here, through the market square. And interestingly enough, even from Panama, we can just log on to the camera here, because they have a camera here at City Hall facing the market square. We can see the weather, and this whole area here that you see around me, the concrete, is an ice rink, and it's free to come skating. They do erect some boards sometimes, otherwise it's just a straight ice rink, as Kingston is a big hockey town. And as I mentioned, some of the famous people that have come from this town to play hockey. And over here, this red building was the Kingston Week Standard building, the oldest newspaper in Canada. It's since moved, and it's not there in that building anymore, but it sure was when I was born here. And a little blue sign is Morrison's Restaurant, that's been here for a very, very long time. Now, normally I bring the drone and able to get some drone videos, and I would be happy to do that. However, almost all of downtown Kingston is out of bounds because of heliports for the hospitals, and well, you saw the snowbirds come over, so it definitely would not have been a good time to be flying the drone. I would have been shot down and probably fined. So anyway, I just thought I'd give you a quick downtown view of Kingston, Ontario, my hometown, and thanks for being here with me. I love you all, and we take care, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.